It seems like this camera's getting smaller every time I do these videos. I don't know. Something's wrong with my phone. If you notice, if you remember this right here seems to be going down at an alarming rate. I don't know if it's the battery. Something's going on. Anyway, I'm thinking of talking like this. Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jamie. Welcome to Ben Trading. I'm doing another share. All right, I won't do that. I'm just sharing about Lucid, the car company, electric vehicles. I think I'm in the auto industry. I've been doing it for 22 years. I think this is the shift car makers are going in. There's a lot of car companies announcing, like Ford and GM, and Porsche. A lot of companies that are going to be fully electric by a certain date, target date, and they have to compete. So Lucid, which was Churchill Capital before, then I've watched this company kind of evolve. I've been in it for a while, but I did okay with it. I got out, and now I'm getting back in. Remember Al Pacino, Godfather? Was it 3 weeks? I try to get out, but they just keep pulling me back in. Remember that? No. Anyway, it's a good scene if you remember. So I'm going to chart it out for you real quick. This is, you can see my support and resistance line. Let me see if I can highlight them. I'm not going to do it very well here. Oh, not bad. Resistance, right? Or support. This is resistance up here. So you can see that in that price action, it's kind of bounced off, came back down, support, resistance, right? Got broke through. So you can see that W. And now it's coming back down into that space again. We're back in that space, right? For whatever reason. So I look at that indicator. For me, I look at the relative strength index. I look at also the moving averages and stuff, and just news and things that are happening. And I say, okay, what do I want to do here? I think Lucid is a good long-term hold. I see this company going up over the years. So to me, I have one of my co-workers is in Lucid. He got in at, I want to say he got in at 47, 46. And obviously he's been disappointed. I think he made a $5,000 investment. It was $4,700. That's what it was. But 100 shares at $47. And obviously he's down a couple grand right now. And what I suggest is, as I say, hey, do you believe in the company? And his answer was yes. Then instead of panicking, because every day when I see him, I'm like, hey man, what's going on? He's like, stock's going down, losing money. And I'm like, man, you're going to hold this for the next, he's only in his third job. Like, you're going to hold this thing for 5, 10, 20 years, right? Like it's not like you're going to use that money today. What are you worried about? But this is the wrong mentality, right? The wrong context to have. So I think I would be adding, if I had some money, I believed in the company, I would add some shares, because that would dollar cost average in. That would bring your cost per share down. For me, I am going to get back in because I was completely out, other than my IRA portfolio. But I think this is a good opportunity to jump in. Like when I mentioned Netflix, my goal is to be right 50% of the time at a 2-to-1 or greater ratio, because then I win. So I see Lucid, even if it dips back down, I mean, it could go all the way down to that previous support, but it's just got back into that airspace, so to speak. The plane is flying back into that airspace. So I'd be curious to see what happens. So I'm kind of like, all right, I'm going to allocate a certain amount of money, right? A certain amount of shares or a certain amount of money, probably money, right? So if I say, hey, I'm going to throw $1,000 at it, 5,000, whatever that number is, and you say that's what I'm willing to allocate towards it. And then, because I think this is a good area to start getting in on. Why? Because if it gets back, which it usually tests previous highs, especially if the company is a good company, your space is 65 and this is 57. I'm talking about the high part, up here. So even if it doesn't get back up there and it gets back up to this area, right now it's at 27. So say it's 37. So that's what I'm looking at, a $10 plus range. What my target would be, okay, so if I bought 100 shares, for example, I spent $2,700, and I said, okay, if it gets back to 37, I'll take half of my profit, and maybe I'll let the other half go and see if it gets back up to 40. I'm not sure today, but I'm going to take at least half at that target, because I think that's where it should be. And the RSI, the relative strength index, shows it back down Let's see if I can. Usually it doesn't let me. Yeah, it doesn't let me. But down here, when it gets to that area, when it touches that 30, gets below the 30. I mean, generally it comes back up. So it's like pushing a bottle of water or something full of air under the water, and you let it go. It's going to float back up. It's going to come back up. So sometimes it takes longer. I'm just curious to see how deep in this space it will go before I back in. But that is the play I'm going to make. I'm going to post it. I have to find ways. Maybe I'll put it in the subject line. Like, here's how many I bought and how much I paid. And yeah, I also use Iris, which is where is it? Oh, wrong one. Yeah, I started using this Iris thing because I can post some of the stuff I'm doing there, and you know, I don't. There's no benefit from it. I just like it. I connected my accounts, and it shows you if I'm up or down. There's a couple guys I follow that do that, so I'm just messing around with it. But anyway, I'm trying to find ways of just kind of sharing things that I'm doing for comparison, just as like, hey, here's what I'm doing. Doesn't mean you should do it, but you may be looking at Tesla, which I'm buying. I'm dollar cost averaging Tesla long. I'm going to hold that forever. And you know, Ford, I've been started buying into Ford because I think they're going in the right direction. So stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing. NIO, I'm kind of like, I'm not sure about NIO right now. I think it's a good company, but I'm afraid to get NIO. But that's what I'm doing. All right, guys, I'll see you next video. See ya.